dry here today. Um, throat. I should have got water before I started. Um, welcome, Fantasy Balls managers, to the Week 12 Fantasy Balls recap. I just want to put it out there, boys. The fandom's growing. We're getting famous. It's a slow climb to fame, but we're getting there. All right. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter. Got some outsiders that might be checking in from time to time. That's all I'm saying. Lot went down today. A lot went down today. And I kind of wish that I just recapped the group chat before starting this recording. But basically, John and Chumba going head to head. Obviously, that's going to be the Week 13 game of the week, right? But we'll get there. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Okay, let's slow down. Okay, we're going to start off with the Week 12 game of the week. Clubhouse Space Cadets going head to head against Team Sternly, the rematch from Rivalry Week. The two roommates going head to head once again. And you know, Team Sternly took care of them. Took real good care of them. I just realized my mic was over here. I'm sure it'll be fine. Took care of him. Took real good care of him. Chumba tried. Chumba had some good days. Scored 69 points one day. But Jake just ran away with it. Let's be honest. Jake said, "You beat me once, bitch. But this is my house still. I own the cat, not you." So Sternly came in, showed him what's what. Team Sternly, that is. Not actually his last name. Hell of a job. Chumba talked a lot of shit, which a little concerning, being that you just talked a bunch of shit about next week, or this week, that's coming up. So, good luck, I guess. Again, not a lot of great matchups this week. Next up is myself, backup bullpen catchers versus Team Badussi. This was the closest game of the week. Oh, hey, River, didn't know you were down there. Closest game of the week, and it was about 60-point differential. Not a ton of great games this week. So, I don't know what's going on losing teams, but it's a little concerning. But Team Badussi, though they lost, hell of a week for them. Hell of a week. Put up 333.5 points. Would have been fifth this week. Would have beat four teams, which the winning teams 2 weeks in a row scoring up here. The losers just not cutting it. Connor put up 130 points on Friday night. Kind of scared me. Brought the matchup close. Right? I had about a 100-point lead. Brought that matchup close. But I put up 85.5 and 76 Saturday, Sunday. Connor just couldn't keep up with it. But hell of a week. Hell of a week for Connor. Putting up 130 points should not be overlooked. Just like his -4 on Thursday night should not be overlooked either. Gotta be fair. So good job for that, Connor. But I think Connor's somebody to look out for during the playoffs. He's had some high-scoring games. He just ended his win streak. You're welcome. But somebody to look out for going ahead. Next, we got the placeholders taking care of lazy team name. About 100 points, 107 point different here. Differentiation. Wow, what? Points differential. There we go. Between these two teams. Placeholder, taking care of business. Huge week. 370 points. If you take out Thursday, where Cam didn't have a lot of guys who even had games, they just straight up weren't playing. If you take that out, Cameron's lowest day is 40.5 points. Never below 40.5, other than the day where he had like 7 people playing and he still scored 27 that day. So Cameron is really trying to peak just in time. We're gonna see if he peaked a little too early though, because he's hard to imagine there's much more up there, right? So fuck, it's dry. Real climbing right now. Don't know how much higher he can go. And is it too early? That's the question. He's still in first place in the Long Island division or the Easy division, depending on who you ask. But it's going to be an interesting one to see how well he does towards the last couple of weeks. Drippy Droppers, real disappointing week for them. 177 points total. Not a great look. Brochard whooped you. The big bruisers and PED users whooped 361 to 177. It's just a tough look. Brochard put up 110 on Tuesday, 84, 40, 53. Alec had a negative 14 day. Tough week. Alec's highest scoring was 54. Just a tough week for the Drippy Droppers, who, you kind of hate to see it, because the Drippy Droppers 5-6 weeks ago looked like they were primed to make a push, right? And they've just fallen apart since then, and it's a little unfortunate. Last in the Upstate Division, which, to be fair, the better division. I don't think there's any denying that. We'll go over the standings in a minute. But last in Upstate, it wouldn't be last in Long Island. Let's just say that much. And then we're going to wrap it up with Team Wallach, just giving the business, giving him the old left-right 1-2 punch, 381 to 237 and a half. John, it's just sad at this point, man. You didn't start Scherzer twice. Like, yeah, fine. It wouldn't have changed the outcome. Fuck. Wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game, but like, come on, you're 0-12, dude. Like, figure something out. There have been talks about being replacing you as a manager, and it's sad to see. It's just sad. You were pretty consistent this week. Outside of Saturday, where you scored 9 points, you scored 30 basically every day, except for Friday, Saturday. Friday you scored 64, Saturday you scored 9. Every other day you scored 30. But you got to bump those numbers up. You can't 30 every single day is not going to cut it, right? So I just don't know what to do, buddy. I just don't. That being said, fucking buckle up, because you're in the game of the week, right? And honestly, if it wasn't for everything that happened in the group chat today, you wouldn't be, right? If it wasn't for that, it would have probably been myself and Cameron, the 8-3-1 backup bullpen catchers. Still hate that I tied in the game, versus the placeholders at 7-5. Potential playoff battle depending on how things play out. Two top teams in the league. Would have been the likely, if not that, the big bruisers and PED users versus Team Wallach. That's another really good matchup. Drippy Droppers and Lazy Team Names, both 5-7. But no, we're giving it to Juice Balls and Clubhouse Space Cadets, because the shit talking has already begun. John has promised that if he loses, I want to get the team name right, so I'm going to pull it up real quick. If he loses, he will change his team name to Deflated Balls instead of Juice Balls, which is just accurate statement. Chumba brought up every team that has gone an entire season without winning, that has gone winless, and then added, Juice Balls 2023 ? It's a fair question. These two boys are doing a gentleman's bet. Loser Jugs sends it to the group chat. John's already down by 2, and Chumba hasn't had a single person play yet. So, I feel for you, John. But John said he's going to try this week. John said that Chumba pushed him to try this week. And remember, first person to lose to John has to send a picture of their butthole in the group chat. So, another big piece of the puzzle. As for the standings, we got Team Wallach still holding top, 9-2-1 in the Upstate Division, followed by myself at 8-3-1. Then we got Team Sternly at 8-4, Space Cadets and Drippy Droppers both at 5-7. In the Long Island Division, we got two 7-5 teams, placeholders and the Big Bruisers PED users, 5-7. I believe Cameron has the head-to-head matchup. That's why he gets the lead. Then we got Team Badussi and Lazy Team Name, both 5-7. Third and fourth is 4th and 5th for Long Island versus Upstate. And I think that the two Upstate guys would take the head-to-head matchup over the Long Island guys. And then obviously we got John, who's mathematically eliminated from the playoffs at 0-12. Interesting thing here, Brochard has a higher percent chance to make the playoffs than Cameron. He has an 89%. Cameron has a 79%. Griff has a 99%. Myself, I have 98. Jake Stern has 87. Everybody else, nobody's above 50%. So that last playoff spot, remember, it does not matter what division you come from. Only the first two, the division winners, they get a bye. Other 4 spots, anybody's game. Anybody's game. That being said, Connor right now has the 6th highest percent chance to make it at 48%. Real quick, just want to point out, I am leading the league in points scored. That's not really what I wanted to point out, but I wanted to brag about myself. Griff is second, and here's what I want to point out. How long are we going to give Griff the easy games, boys? Griff has a wide margin of points against. Okay, Griff has had 3,299.5 points scored against him. The next guy, Alec, has had 3,618.5 points. So that's a pretty big gap, boys. We got to start bringing it to Griff, right? Griff and I were the top 2 last year. We're in the playoffs, in the finals. I beat Griff, and it seems like the 2 of us are going head-to-head again. I have a bit of a lead over Griff for points for. About 124 or 123.5 if my math is quick in my head. So I have a little bit of a lead for points for, but Griff is just getting a walk when it comes to his games. 2 people have beaten him. I tied with him. I just think that we could be doing better, is all I'm saying, as a league. Not just me. I'm not calling myself. Well, maybe I am. I tied with him. I could have beat him, right? But yeah, I think we as a league could be doing better against Griff. So that is the recap. Hope this one's under 10 minutes or close to it. I did a half script, half not. So